With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there. You're a quack. They're a buzz. Everywhere a buzz-quack. Snort-zap here, snort-zap there. And with a clank-neigh, you're a clank there. And neigh, everywhere a neigh-clank. And lastly, zap-ba, here a zap, there a ba. Everywhere a glowing ba. The children watched with amazement as the animals sprung back to life. And the children came back again and again. Not just to visit the magical talking animals. Was it their bravery, their kindness, or maybe their teamwork? Do you have a favorite character from the story? Yeah. Maybe you love the quirky robo-cow, or the cool hover cart driven by Emily. What about the mischievous Dr. Volt? Share your thoughts with us in the comments below. And don't forget to subscribe for more exciting stories full of fun and adventure. If you enjoyed this tale, give us a thumbs up to show us you approve. If you have any ideas for future stories you'd like to hear, let us know in the comments. Until next time, keep shining brightly like the stars. We're eager to bring your suggestions to life. And always remember to stay curious, because the world is full of wonders waiting to be discovered. Also to learn about friendship, kindness, and the many forms that energy can take. For Old McDonald knew that the real magic of his farm wasn't just in its futuristic gadgets, but in the laughter, love, and learning that filled every corner. But from friendship, kindness, and a willingness to help others, the story reminds us that the true source of energy often comes from the connections we make and the values we share. Sometimes the smallest among us can achieve the greatest things, and the greatest energy comes not from batteries or volts. So let's remember to appreciate the simple joys of life, the value of friendship, and the strength that comes from working together. Who knows what kind of energy we might discover within ourselves and those around us. The sheep beamed brighter than ever, their wool shining with all the colors of the rainbow. Robohorse reared up on his hind legs, whinnying with joy. Quackster drones buzzed and quacked with glee. And even Scarrow swayed in the breeze, the straw hat sporting a brand new set of twinkling lights. Old McDonald beamed with pride. He knew that true energy wasn't just about batteries and volts. It was about friendship, helping others, and sharing laughter. As the animals paraded once more, the children joined in, dancing and singing with their new friends. They sang about a brave girl who saved the day, about a farmer with endless glee, about a wacky farm where robots roamed free, and about a villain with a plan that went awry. They sang about the power of true friendship, which was more powerful than any battery or voltage. And as the song spread across the valley, it reached the ears of everyone nearby, reminding them that sometimes the greatest energy comes from the most unexpected sources. As the last notes faded and the applause died down, the animals took their places for the grand finale. Then suddenly, a strange silence fell over the crowd. The children stared in disbelief at the usually lively animals. Their lights were dim, their voices weak, even scared Straw Hat was drooping. Old McDonald rushed to the stage in a panic. What happened? Cried. Where did all the energy go? Before anyone could answer, an eerie voice echoed over the loudspeaker. Looks like your battery's running low, Farmer John. Give me the remote control and it's yours for free. Startled, Old McDonald recognized the voice of Dr. Volt, his evil land-grabbing neighbor who always tried to steal his inventions. Spotting a pair of bolt-shaped antennas, Dr. Volt appeared in his hovering car. Don't worry, Dr. Volt, we'll save the day, he said with a maniacal laugh. He pointed his remote control at the animals. Time to join my supercharged evil squad. But before he could do anything, the children quickly stepped forward. They may have been small, but they were big on courage. With a determined look, the bravest of them all, Emily stepped forward. We won't let you hurt our friends. Emily picked up a fallen piece of glow-in-the-dark hose and connected it to a spare plug on the side of the hover cart. Oh, then she plugged in some extra wires from the electric fence. She adjusted the connection until the cart began to hum with energy. She climbed aboard and with a nod to McDonald, raced toward Dr. Volt. The other kids followed, forming a convoy of flashing lights as they zoomed across the field. Whoa! Exclaimed Dr. Volt, startled by their sudden appearance. How are you still moving? Your battery's completely drained. Plug it in. Emily, shouted McDonald. Not so fast, Dr. Volt, said Emily. We saved our energy for this. Just then, the rest of the children arrived. each carrying a piece of glowing equipment. Working together, they quickly assembled a device that looked like a giant battery. The children all cheered as they attached the glowing battery to the hover cart. With a surge of energy, Emily shot forward. Dr. Volt panicked. Duh. He turned the remote control toward her, but his buttons seemed stuck. Arg! Why isn't it working? With a quick maneuver, Emily dodged his wild zaps and bumped the remote control right out of his hands. Defeated, Dr. Volt slumped out of his vehicle, his antennas drooping. It tumbled through the air, landing right on top of the giant battery. Suddenly, a bolt of electricity shot out, engulfing Dr. Volt's hover car. Sparks flew, alarms blared, and the car sputtered to a stop. He kicked at a rock in frustration, muttering to himself about how he'd get them next time. But the children weren't afraid. Together they'd prove that kindness and teamwork were the best energy source of all. Then, just as suddenly as it vanished, the energy returned to the farm. From that day on, the farm was a place of even greater joy and wonder. So my dear viewers, what kind of energy do you think the children used to defeat Dr. Volt? Old McDonald knew had a farm. Yeah. Ha. But this wasn't your grandpa's farm. Oh no, it was a magical place up in the sky where robot animals could fly. Every morning as the sun peeked through fluffy clouds, Old McDonald woke up with a smile. His alarm clock, a cheerful moo-beep, moo-beep, Roboco 3000. The shiny friend rolled over on soft wheels, delivering fresh oat milk right to his hand. Well, hello there, Roboco. McDonald laughed, ready for another day of fun. Robocow's blue eyes blinked happily as she scooted off to the pasture, singing her merry tune. With a moo-moo here and a moo-moo there, a moo there, a moo, everywhere, a moo-moo. But wait, what's that buzzing sound? Look up in the sky. It's the Quackster Drone Patrol, zooming down in a perfect duck-shaped formation. These silly yellow drones didn't just fly, they quacked and watered plants too. Buzz-quack. Buzz-quack, they sang as they landed. You're a quack, they're a buzz. Everywhere a buzz-quack. Just then, a loud snort-zap echoed across the farm. Poor Solopig was feeling a bit low on energy. This chubby pink robot with glowing panels on his back needed his morning solar snack. You silly snort box. McDonald chuckled, wheeling him to the charging station. In no time, Solarpig was bouncing and zapping with joy. Snort zap here, snort zap there. Here a snort, there a zap. Everywhere a snort zap. Suddenly, the ground began to shake. Clank, clank, clank goes Robohorse, the farm's shining star, trotting out of his stable. His solar thread mane sparkled in the sunlight as he pulled a hover cart full of veggies. Clank knee, called out proudly. You're a clank, they're a neigh, everywhere a clank. Nay. In the far meadow, a magical sight caught everyone's eye. The laser sheep were awake. These fluffy, glowing creatures weren't your ordinary sheep. They hummed sweet tunes and used their gentle laser beams to trim the grass into hearts and stars. As they danced through the field, their wool left trails of rainbow colors in the air. Zap-ba, zap-ba! They sang in perfect harmony. Old McDonald clapped his hands with glee. What a wonderful morning on my sky farm, he exclaimed. But the day was about to get even more exciting. A shimmering bubble floated up from the clouds below. Inside was Mayor Mia, a bright-eyed little girl in a sparkly lab coat, along with her whole school class. Welcome, everyone, McDonald called out. Are you ready to see the most amazing farm parade ever? The children cheered as McDonald tapped his smartwatch. Suddenly, the entire farm burst into a dazzling show. Roboco spun in circles, letting out proud moo beeps. The Quackster drones formed a giant quacking heart in the sky. Solopig zipped around, leaving trails of tiny steam hearts. Robohorse galloped by, waving flags made of rainbow light, and the laser sheep, they performed a glowing sheep dance across the hillside. Even Scarrow, the talking scarecrow, joined in. He sang backup vocals and shot colorful beams from his straw hat. The farm was alive with music, light, and laughter. All the robot animals gathered together and began to sing. Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-O. And on that farm he had some friends, E-I-E-O. With a move up here and a buzz quack there, here a snort zap, there a clank neigh. Everywhere a zap bat. Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-I-O. The children clapped and sang along. their eyes wide with wonder. Mayor Mia giggled. This is the coolest farm ever. As the sun began to set, the sky farm transformed into a glowing wonderland. Each robot animal lit up like a soft lantern. The fields shimmered with starlight, and gentle lullabies played from hidden speakers in the clouds. Old McDonald sat on a floating hay bale, sipping hot chocolate made from moon milk. He watched as the stars came out to play, twinkling brightly in the night sky. Scarrow stood beside him, humming a sleepy tune. Well, Scarrow, McDonald said with a yawn, another perfect day on the most musical sky farm in the whole wide universe. Scarrow nodded, a little smile stitched onto his straw face. And tomorrow, we'll moo and quack and zap all over again. As night fell over the magical sky farm, everything became calm and peaceful. In the distance, you could hear a soft moo beat, followed by a gentle zap-ah and a faraway buzz-quack. All the robot animals settled down for a good night's sleep, dreaming of another day filled with fun and adventure. And so, children everywhere began to sing not just about the old McDonald, but about McDonald too. They sang about his wonderful sky farm where robots and music and magic came together in the most delightful way. Old McDonald had a farm, E-I-E-O. And on that farm, dreams came true, E-I-E. Sweet dreams.